Hello and welcome to Star Citizen. My name is Even Lease, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me, I have the Origin 325A. Let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, welcome back to another review. Today, the 325A Origin, which is the combat variant of the 300 series of ships. Now, taking a look at this thing, it competes really well in its price range, so I will be comparing it to a couple ships, like the Titan and the Aegis Gladius. Now, this ship has a hit-and-miss exterior when it comes to its design. A lot of people in the community really love it, and a lot of people really hate it, especially with the big wings going around the back. But the interior is to die for. It's phenomenal. So before we get in there, let's talk about the numbers of everything else. Now, in this video, all my stats are 3.24 stats, but hold on. In 3.23 to 3.24, the only difference is a 12 DPS drop-off with 3.24, and that is it. So going over that here in just a second, this ship costs $70 on the pledge store if you were to buy it with real money, or if you buy it in-game, it is 1,852,200 aUEC. In comparison to the Aegis Gladius, it's a lot cheaper, or comparison to the Titan, it's a bit more expensive. Definitely an interesting choice sitting in the middle, and it honestly does a fantastic job at combat and also letting you get to relax after combat. So let's take a look at those numbers. This ship has 1,704 DPS, which is really great, and that's due to that one size 4 Revenant ballistic Gatling gun here at the front, as well as the 2 size 3 CF337 Panthers, one on each wing. Now, past that, you do have 4 size 2 Dominator 2 missiles and 4 size 3 Arrestor 3 missiles. In 3.23, those missiles are inoperable. I haven't tested them in 3.24 just yet, but you cannot operate the missile mode on any 300 series ships, so that's kind of a miss, but you know what, bugs happen, so that won't, directly affect the score. I know it'll get fixed pretty quick. Now, comparing that to the Gladius or the Titan, let's take a quick look. This ship, again, 1,700 DPS. The Gladius sits at 957 stock DPS, and the Titan sits at 1,800 stock DPS. This is a really great combat ship. Having that stock DPS so high from the get-go is phenomenal, especially since if you're spending real money, you're $20 under the Aegis Gladius. That's already a win. This is a combat ship. This is a combat ship with a phenomenal interior, and it can carry cargo. The Aegis Gladius can't. So when you're deciding between this and the Avenger Titan, you're deciding on only 2 factors. How much cargo do you want to carry, and how well do you want the interior of your ship to look when you are carrying that cargo and doing combat. So, talking about that, well, let's talk about the, health points first. I'm getting too excited here. This ship has a 3,000 bubble shield, which is really on point with all these other ships at this price range. The Gladius and the Titan both have 3,000 shield. Now, this ship has 8,200 ship HP, which, it's kind of low, but surprisingly, again, it's higher than the Gladius. A dedicated fighter, and it's higher than that. That's pretty phenomenal. The Titan has 11,900, so it's got a little bit more health points than this ship, but again, you have to choose what style ship you want based on the interior and what it can do outside of combat, right? Now, this ship can carry 4 SCU of cargo, and in 3.24, it can do it a lot easier than it does right now. You can actually get the cargo moved in and out a little bit easier. They messed with the grid just a little bit, and this is where you would load it. You just go back here and press the button here and get it on loaded and put it on up there. Pretty awesome. I like that it kind of stows away in the back, and you're not having to worry about messing up any of the livable space, which is fantastic. Comparing to the Titan and the Gladius, obviously the Gladius dedicated fire doesn't have SCU, can't carry anything like that, right? The Titan can carry 8, so it's double the amount, and it's got a little bit more firepower. Do you want a ship that's more relaxing, or do you want a ship that can do a little bit more, utility, right? So getting into that utility question, this ship can't really carry a vehicle at all. You might be able to try to, stuff a little space bike back there, but I wouldn't bother. It'll probably have a lot of issues and potentially explode and give you a lot of problems. This ship does not have any components pass or a gold standard at any means. Like, there's nothing yet. Someday it will. I feel like it definitely needs a little bit of a touch up on the paint as well. It doesn't feel as high res textures as a lot of other ships that have, come out recently, but I feel like that's just an old ship problem, right? Now, this ship is one of the fastest ships currently in the game, and that's fantastic. It's got 260 SCM as a top speed from this pilot seat here, with a 610 forward boost and a 230 backwards boost with a nav speed of 1,425. It beats the Gladius by quite a bit, and it is matching the Titan. It is literally just matching the Titan. It's the same. Now, obviously, all these stats are prone to change over time, so this might not stick forever. And if it doesn't, I'll just review the ship again. That's totally cool. But, taking a look at this phenomenal interior, you can see the, subtle differences between like the 315 or the 300. Some interior tones change colors. I like the red a lot. The big, space roof here. This looks fantastic. It's just, I like this, being able to sit here with the space roof and get a good look of everything around you is such a great view. That is just amazing. I wish more ships had that. You have a nice sink here and a little fridge, as well as some wine glasses or glass area to hold that. And you have a nice weapons rack right in front of me with some handgun space as well. And then you have your storage area. If you were to click that, opens up your storage. Now, getting out of that, you do have a pretty nice bed here with a pretty decent mattress and ability to watch TV in the future. Now, that's pretty much the interior, except for, one more thing. You also have a nice fire extinguisher and a bathroom. Me and bathrooms. It's always a risk for me. This bathroom doesn't have the ability to take care of your, hygiene, but you can at least use it as a restroom, and hopefully you don't have any company because you ain't shutting the door, not while you're in here, unless you straddle this really weird just to shut the door. But I wouldn't do that. You'd probably get locked in here and ejected into space somehow. Now, closing that door up, I'm going to go ahead and put us into a combat situation, kind of see how this ship is. And before I do, I want to let you know, this ship has 612 quantum fuel, so you're going to have to refuel quite a bit when you're out and about. But that's really no different between the Titan or the Gladius, honestly. There's not much of a difference there. So let's go ahead, jump into a little bit of combat, and I'll give you my score. All right, we're pulling up to the bounty right now. I'm going to tell you really quick, this ship has phenomenal acceleration. Really phenomenal. Let's go ahead and get into SCM and get into this fight. All right, after that fight, there is one thing I can definitely say. This ship isn't obviously as agile as the Gladius because it's a bit bigger, has that phenomenal interior and everything, but it definitely still fights just as good, if not better, than the Gladius because of that massive size 4 Revenant ballistic Gatling gun on the front, as well as the 2 size 3 CF337 Panthers. It's actually such a great combination having that size 4 gun at the front with the size 3s on the side. I've really enjoyed this ship. It felt great, and you have the consistent firepower between the two setups there, and it was just a fantastic feeling. Now, with that lesser maneuverability than obviously the dedicated fighter, but, not too terrible between this and the Titan, I would say this ship is still fantastic. Given all of its stats and its ability to do a lot in Star Citizen in the current time, from a little bit of cargo, a lot of bit of combat, as well as bunkers and deliveries, this ship gets a 9 out of 10 from me. I think it's a fantastic pick if you are looking for a cheaper, smaller combat run or, small cargo ship. This is fantastic. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of the 325A down in the comments below. Do you have one? Do you plan on ever getting one? What do you think of its design? What do you think the future Origin ship's going to be called? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. You all are amazing, and I will see you in the next one.